Why did you decide to write the book, first of all?
Well, as far back as like 2010, 2012, somewhere around there, I've been following this guy in what was known as I guess, the Christo manosphere, like a Christian manosphere, called Dalrock. And Dalrock and I were kind of like kindred spirits way back then. We started our blogs right around the same time. And so right around 2011 is when we started in. And for a while, I wanted to actually put a religious component into the Rational Male. But then Dalrock did such a good job with it that I was like, no, I can't. And it's too complex and it's too, comprehensive. And he did a better job of it than I did. And so I just kind of I laid off of that. But I was a regular participant on his blog forums and his comment threads and stuff like that. And one of the earliest questions I always got about the Rational Male, about either my essays and my books later on, was, Rollo, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I am whatever faith, and I don't believe in premarital sex. I think that marriage is the way to go. Blah blah blah. How do I? But I also can't deny that what you're saying as far as like the red pill awareness and everything else is concerned is definitely factual, and I can see it at play over and over and over again. But how do I incorporate this into my life? Because my convictions are such that I can't spin plates, or I can spin plates but I can't have sex with those plates. And so it was this sort of back and forth that was going on at the time between myself and Dalrock when we were talking about this stuff. Dalrock, I would not necessarily characterize as, like, say, red pill in terms of like he's out there being a player or gamer or whatever.
Yeah, he was a married guy, right?
But yeah, he was a married guy, and he was very much so. The only thing I know about Dalrock personally is that he lives in Texas somewhere, and other than that, I've never met him in person. I tried several times to get him on my show, and he's just very, very private. I don't know if that's a work thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then as of 2020, right around January, February of 2020, he decided he was done with blogging, and he was actually going to close up his blog. And popular demand, he listened to everybody, and it's still up now. He's not blogging anymore, but it's still there as an archive, and it's Dalrock, DALROCK.wordpress.com. It's just a free site, but there's an archive there. It's 10 years of sort of this back and forth. And the other part that I thought was necessary, the reason why I put out a book on religion, was that was one, because I had so many religious readers that really wanted to know how they could make it applicable. Or I would have them say, like, I'm a Christian, or I'm an Orthodox this, or I'm a Jew, or I'm a Muslim or whatever, and that's the real red pill. And we knew about this stuff way back in the day, and everybody just sort of lost their way. And so now, you guys are just rediscovering what we knew for all this time. It's like, that was an aspect of the book that I covered. And I think a lot of people misinterpret the intent of the book, because I'm not trying to shit on anybody's religion or anything like that.
No, I don't get that vibe at all.
Yeah, in fact, I tried to make that apparent from the introduction on, is that this is an analysis. It's not, in fact, if anything, it probably will piss off both the religious and atheists as well. Mm-hmm. And in some way, and in some parts, you'll find it very affirming, depending on what your sort of ideological position is. And then lastly is, I see, and you probably have noticed this as well, because we've talked about this over the years on your show, my show, Rule Zero, everything else, as there's this TradCon element right now, especially it's sort of coming up a little bit more right now, where they're trying to incorporate the red pill into whatever their ideological bent happens to be. And it first started really in 2015, 2016. And there was this, it's, for lack of a better term, it's really purple pill, but it's sort of a Christian purple pill, or it's a religious purple pill. And they take just enough of the red pill awareness and try to kind of square the circle of their religion with what the red pill says, because it's unignorable. It's hard for them to not be aware of it. So they've got to find some workaround. I addressed that in there. And then also over the years, Dalrock also covered a lot of primarily evangelical, but also Catholics who were, trying to incorporate red pill stuff into the intersexual aspects of their own religion. So if it was a pastor here or whatever, they have a real problem with it, because they want to be in control of it. Like, if